very good morning and very warm welcome to our show, a New Age Family. We have in our session today, Chandra Pulamarasetti, the founder of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. He's a successful software industry entrepreneur, former vice president of IBM Corporation, transformational meditation coach, and board member, advisor of few non-profit organizations, including Pyramid Valley International, Bangalore. So moving ahead about our guests today, we'll be discussing with them their spiritual journey. So we have Mrs. Vani ma'am here also joining us in this family show. Very warm welcome, ma'am. I'm glad to see you, both of you.
Nice to see you too, and thank you for inviting us. It's always a pleasure to be with the PMC, which is the most appropriate, powerful meditation channel for the world, PMC English.
Absolutely right. I cannot deny the facts the way you said. So first of all, I would really love to know about your meditational journey. Vani ma'am, please.
Thank you so much for inviting us in PMC English channel. And thanks to Patriji sir. It's a great initiation from Patriji sir. I started my journey 2099 through my brother-in-law Gopala Krishna. And after that, 2002, I met Patriji, and completely I transformed with the Grandmaster and connecting with him and learning so many spiritual learnings with him. And my journey was amazing with him.
Amazing. Great to know that. So when you started meditation, you hadn't met Patriji. Am I right?
No. Actually, my father is an executive engineer. My mother is a housemaker. And we are three sisters. And my father is a very commitment, and as a civil engineer, he is very, very dedicated to his work. My mother is a very silent person, and without saying, always showing is an example of how lead life in a very combining everybody together and teaching all those things. We three sisters grown up in that way, but meditation is not there, and puja and meeting everybody in a combining together and shows make more family together. That's what I learned. And after meditation, that family is a great extended family, the spiritual family, extended with that positive qualities.
Right. So definitely meditation brings change in our lives, and it plays an important and critical role in families too, when we call it spiritual families. So Chandraji, I really am glad to hear the story of Vani ma'am, and I'm eager to know more about your story.
Thank you. It is great opportunity for us to share here. Many thanks to Patriji and all masters who are working for this. And I'm Chandra. So I came into meditation. My story is not too different from Vani ma'am.
Right.
And that's how it started for us. So my younger brother, medical doctor GK, used to pursue quite a bit and asking me to meditate. And I was living in the United States that time when he was a student of medical science. Right. And so I had in turn several times advised him not to pursue meditation in those days because I didn't know about anything about it. And I used to ask him to concentrate on medical studies. But somehow he succeeded in getting us into just understanding it initially by having a session. So that's how he introduced me to meditation. But within a few days, my dad, Appaji Garu, took me to Patriji. Wow. This is in 99. So my interaction with Patriji in the beginning itself, first interaction, made me realize that I knew really very little in the science of spirituality or meditation. So Sir, I didn't understand his reaction in the beginning, and but however, that helped me in the way he answered the questions, that helped me to sort of go deep into study and understand what is meditation. How could somebody be? Because he was very, very. He told me, "You don't know anything," right on my face on the first attempt.
Mhm.
And when someone who came very successful from US after working there for 10 years, it was very hard to take and say, but then however quickly a medical doctor telling me, and then here a master, there are about 200 people in that room that day. And then all of them are like, completely following him. I realized there's got to be something in it. So rather than going away from meditation, I said, okay, let me explore into it. So that's how my journey started. Then I explored for a few months. Then I started meditating, right? And Dr. GK and my family, which is Apaji family, they already are into meditation, some of them.
Right, right.
It was helpful for us, for both of us to continue to take on meditation. But our serious progress when came in the year 2002. So it took me and have over 3 years we are in the periphery, who would meditate, go out, but then support activities. But year 2002 came in where I was into my first startup deeply, where I founded a company along with a couple of other founders. So somewhere along the way, I went into the depth of it for some reason. I don't recollect, but the 2 months we did a deep meditations and then I left it back, never left it back. 40 days it took me to go deep into it. Thereafter, it is now there's no day without meditation for us.
Right. Very nice. Great to know that. And how do you think that meditation has helped you in your career too?
Yes. So talking about benefits of meditation. So the moment I took this 2 months of meditation, deep practice nonstop, every day 1 to 2 hours, and I also read several books that time.
Right.
I was reading a book, a 6 month book, a 3 months before. But then when I took this practice in 2002, because lots of heavy work was there as a founder, trying to drive a bunch of things in the company. So when I was doing the sadhana, both reading and meditation, end of those 2 months, I clearly understood, first of all, the stress has gone down quite significantly. The 17 hours that I used to work, it gone down quite significantly. The relationship with the colleagues has increased tremendously.
Right.
I always use a blame game before and say this person is biased, this manager is biased, this person is always getting the best thing, I'm not getting the best thing. Now, after those 2 months of deep practice and then reading books like Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh and then Richard Bach books, Deepak Chopra's books, so sort of it became very clear that we are creating our reality all the time. That is what I started applying. And so I became quite joyful. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I started becoming very joyful. My days at work became very fun. And no longer trying to blame is not happened. Instead, I always been a ownership person, so that didn't have a problem taking ownership. But the blaming was that wanting the best as I stopped looking at wanting the best always for me. So some of the it happened broader. And along the way, I also had benefited from health perspective.
Mhm.
Something that was bothering me for long distance travels for air travel.
Mhm.
A condition, air travel it would create pain for me. So where the entire United States doctors said this cannot be healed, you have to lifelong take medication every time you're traveling, fly by flight. So that which discouraged me to travel. But after 4 months of meditation, to my great surprise, the next time I was traveling to US and coming back, it's a 40 hours of various flights.
Absolutely.
I used to travel quite a bit those days. And so it was sort of surprise that is not there. That pain was not there. So, and then next time I decided that, okay, I must stop medication because I was constantly hearing from PSS movement circles from Patriji, you heal yourself.
Right.
So you heal yourself was a standard mantra. And then so we took that approach. So that's the last that I took medication. And I'm very happy now after 20 years close to, and then you don't have to kind of heal yourself. Even though situations come, but then you still believe in the meditation energy and then you go with it, right? And my work is, I've used these principles I've told many times. The Buddhasya Foundation is one culmination of some of this practical experience of meditation at workplace,
Right.
not only personal, not only just a career, but also using the principles to get an acquisition. So we are a software company, so getting it acquired through another larger corporation. So we sold a company to another one, and using the meditation manifestation principles that you can achieve smaller things to big things through meditation. You can manifest. That's something I've tremendously used it, right? So plenty of benefits of meditation everywhere, including Pyramid Valley International, where I was one of the first ones to, one of the first trustees to be there as a founding trustee to establish a center. Again, something that came from zero money to what it is today, one of the best worldwide meditation institutes, Pyramid Valley, worldwide, not just India.
Absolutely.
And so I've seen it, and then the whole meditation practice helps to manifest whatever that you wish to create. It doesn't matter whether it's science, whether it is service projects, whether it is a business project or is a personal project. We can manifest using the power of meditation, strength of meditation. That's how I see myself.
Amazing. Really major takeaways that meditation can help us grow spiritually, physically, mentally, and whatnot in a way. Am I right?
That's right. Absolutely.
So even if we desire something, we can manifest and we'll get it. So the thing is dedication. We need to meditate and come to this world of spirituality, and things will be easier for us. Life will be better, and death will be easy for us.
That's right.
Absolutely. Vani ma'am, it was really interesting hearing Chandra ji. I really want to know, in your perspective, what is the importance of spirituality in a family?
Actually, when I met Patriji in 2002, actually Chandra sir used to travel a lot because it's a company point of view, frequent travel. And Gopal Krishna invite Patri sir to our house to Bangalore. And sir came, the moment he came, he asked me what you are doing. Then I said, I'm so happy and I am taking care of my family. Then immediately he said, every animal, everybody will take care. What is the special about yourself? Then I didn't say anything. After that, tomorrow your husband won't be there. What you will do? He asked. Actually, I'm a very sensitive person. And the moment he said that word, next day Chandra traveling, and I got so upset and I'm crying continuously. In front of him only, I'm crying. And after half an hour, I stopped. And before he is going, he asked me, are you angry? He asked me. Then I said, no, I don't know. I'm feeling scared, but I didn't angry or anything. I didn't have any opinion about that moment actually.
Understand.
But after that, when Chandra taking Pyramid Valley International as a trustee, and the moment he want to take it, I'm not interested actually. Why? Because he's a very when he is taking any work, he's very hold it and he will do the best. Right. And already startup company on top of that in a Pyramid Valley International means starting that. It's so much work will be there. And both means it's a family time. You won't give it. Because of that, you want to give donation, it's fine. But please don't involve it. And after that, with the Gopala Krishna and Anjaneya Sharma sir and Paul sir, with some masters, when I'm talking with them, and the spiritual journey is not that somebody is encouraging or stopping. It's inner journey. If they really something not today, tomorrow it will happen. Then the moment I'm talking with the masters, I got realized and we both agreed and he started that work. And after that, truly how much doing he is enjoyed. And more than him, I enjoyed a lot. Anyway, when he is doing his working, going there personally, I used to go because we both can go together and nicely spend and sometime and like that I used to go. Right. But after I went there, frankly speaking, we never had time together there. In a Pyramid Valley, in a 40 acres campus, he will go for his own work and he used to go and meet masters, listening to their experiences and understanding them. All those things give me, it's a great journey and a great understanding for myself, what really I'm enjoying here. And whenever I met Patri sir, before going, some questions I used to have in mind, but I'm always scared about Patri sir, go in front of him and talk certain things. And the moment I saw him, before going there itself, I used to meditate and go. Whatever the questions I'm having, through somebody, I used to get that answers for me. Wow. That journey is always amazing. It happened. And one time I asked him in a starting, and Chandra is very busy. Already he is startup company and this work also is doing, sir. And he is not giving personal time. One day I told him. Then sir didn't say anything. Sir always respect the person, the way they are. And he accepted me and he told, okay, I'll talk with him. He told, I don't know what he told and all those things. Oh, he didn't have anything on the response immediately. But myself, I understand that moment, what question I asked him. But over the period, I got my own answers for my own happiness. Now I never go in front of him personal things. And I have my own answers through with him, great journey and great understanding. Patriji is always show the path to learn so many things for us.
Right.
That's what I learned in my life, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely great. Glad to know. Great words and great journey. Amazing.
Here, small thing I want to add, in a family, in a house, we have a very extended family, and in a spiritual work where that family, spiritual family, both collaborate together. We have a great understanding because of the only spirituality. There is no complaint and against to somebody. We understand them, otherwise quiet. And over the period, the things will move very smooth way. For me, and personally, with the children, with the family and friends, everywhere, it happened only because of the spirituality.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. Great to know that you mean to say that spirituality connects, makes us more understandable in a family. So less conflicts will happen if there's spirituality in the family. Am I right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Great to know that. Moving ahead, Chandra ji, since Vani ma'am was saying you take care of a lot of things, multitasking, I would say. Even after doing so many great things, how do you manage to take care of meditation and the sessions you take, and you preach meditation in a way, you meditate yourself, you preach spirituality. How do you manage it?
I think with meditation, we understand that we have this unlimited potential, right? That's what we've been constantly, that is the PSSM message. Be a light to yourself, but also explore your unlimited.
Absolutely.
Both are there. The unlimited potential. Now, so my inspiration always is when I'd seen, in a business world, I'd seen some of these business leaders who are like not managing one company, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, some of them are 100 companies, right? Now, these leaders are managing multiple. If you take a conglomerate, then you have the chairman, like there's Ratan Tata, Birla, they have multiple companies.
Right.
So one can do multiple things. It is our limitation that we set on ourselves is what stops us from doing, right? But we can. And then I've seen it clearly with Patriji traveling closely and seeing him at any given time managing 1,000 projects. Now, what does it mean? It is not only just being on the paper, but actively being able to be with people who are doing them and then giving them guidance, involving them and leading the path, right? So all of that is necessary. And that is in front here, a perfect example of Patriji doing multiple projects with multiple people.
Right.
So it came quite natural to me that as I was doing meditation, so the first thing that I really, really made sure is that I always meditate for myself. And that gave and automatically gives us the time required. So meditation gave me almost 4 hours of extra time a given day, which I was able to effectively utilize for service work. I didn't have to do anything extra. As a leader, if you're getting up to 4 hours of time, then you have that extra time for self-service, self-sadhana, as well as for to do this service work. So while parallelly I was working as a company CEO and all that, but I could give adequate time. And sometimes I've had the flexibility of going and then doing more work, right? But I would say it's not the time, it is the very thought and intent. If the intent is there that we can do it, and then we have examples of people like Patriji, Master like Patriji, right, then we also set an intent and things automatically come in our way. So that's what I say, Idris, that I'm very happy about it. And so one is we take an intent. Second, I say is we have to do what really interests us. Absolutely. And we like what we're doing, automatically we're energizing ourselves. We're not doing work anymore, right? We are serving ourselves. And so we're energizing ourselves, then we feel like doing more because we forget ourselves. We're not in it, right? We are in the flow. So then it doesn't matter how many you do. So it's like music practice. We're doing that. We're doing Buddhasi Foundation. So I was doing, of course, at some point I was managing trustee for Pyramid Valley. I was the same time CEO for the company, right, while also working with family or with my family. We're doing always a lot of spiritual initiatives with my family. So we were doing multiple. without compromising on several personal enjoyment, things like, going to travel, going to resort and here and that, right? Now, whatever that you feel like doing, we were doing those always. I think we were able to balance them because we enjoy what we do. Let me put it this way.
That's beautiful, beautiful. So in simple words, we can say meditation can help us to discover our inner potentials, unlimited potentials, as you said, your words. Am I right?
Yes,
Beautiful.
absolutely. We become
Amazing. Chandraji, you're the founder of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. This name, how did it come in your mind?
It came into Patriji's mind.
Aha, nice.
So Buddha's Quantum Foundation is Patriji's vision and dream
Right.
of having something from the movement towards corporates, to teach something to the corporate leaders, targeted at leadership. So leaders have a lot of resources, money, material. So leaders, if they are transformed, then they can apply it in the right direction. That's the idea, right?
Right.
So we have to approach creating awareness of meditation in all angles. So this is another angle to it. And so he started it. I mean, Sar said, okay, let's do a workshop in the name of Buddha CEO about 5 years ago. We started that way from Pyramid Valley. And then subsequently, when I took to full-time service, where I felt it's enough of corporate works, I wanted to do full-time service, then I formed this foundation. And we came into existence last year. And then we're doing tremendous amount of work, primarily targeting the corporate, organizational, governmental leaders as well as employees. Okay.
Absolutely. I also, watch that sometimes your sessions. I've attended few, beautifully done, and the YouTube channel is also there. So if the viewers are really keen to know more about it, they can also watch it on YouTube. Vani ma'am, one more thing I want to know is that, in your opinion, how should we raise children in terms of spirituality? So you can give us some insights about it.
First, through Patri sir, what I got the message always, children are grandmasters. We have to learn from them. There is no need to teach for them. Actually, what we are doing perfectly, when we are doing, they'll observe and they'll learn. There is no need to tell what they have to do. That is always Patri sir insists that we have to learn from them as parents. You no need to teach, especially. And especially for my children, they both are really grandmasters, Alekia and Sanat. And when they're small, we used to go to Pyramid Valley. My daughter is very calm and silent. My son is very spontaneous anger and everything when he was small itself. But what I recognized over the period, as a mirror, parents, it's like whatever our characters will reflect on the children. And for me, it's anything, if it didn't happen, spontaneous like that, irritated anger, he's always showing me that I have to correct myself. The moment I understand and so many qualities, what he is representing in front of me, I corrected myself. Slowly it vanished. And without knowing, they have an understanding, but they'll talk whatever it is, very positive and very perfect words they used to use.
Right.
And the meditation understand and make me that awareness created, that whatever they're talking, not the children, they're talking, who are you to tell me? And you don't know anything, you should do what I'll tell. No, we used to think, listen from their point of view, understand. And that way, it's so much understanding between parents and children. Only because of the spirituality, now my both children like friends for me. And always they're sharing whatever the jokes they definitely do. And they have a great understanding about the spirituality. What we are doing, they may not do exactly, but they'll apply in their lives when they are remotely. Now they both are studying in out of country, UK, but they both applied everyday meditation. Definitely they'll do. And if anything, their friends are having something, they'll talk first about the meditation. And they'll apply right time in a right way in right situation. As parent, I'm really proud about my children. They're really growing in such a way, and they understand the value of spirituality, and they apply when they need it. And they really supporting me a lot, Chandra and me. And when we did the spiritual work, whatever we are doing, they always with us. That's a great understanding between children and me.
Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. Very glad to know that. And I really wish them all the best for their future. And the major takeaways, whatever you said, is meditation and spirituality helps us to understand each other, give freedom to children, and let them grow the way they should grow. Correct?
Yes, this is first thing I want to tell you. My daughter, she got in indoor actually, seat IIM, and she joined after 3 months. She said, I don't feel like studying there. My heart is not willing. Then immediately I went to met Patriji sir and I asked, in the IIM, people won't get, and she got it as an opportunity, and she doesn't want it. What should I do? As a mother, always what they're doing, we keep encouraging them. I'm there for you. I'm there for you. You have to support. That is the spiritual journey. And with that understanding, we completely understand her. Okay, if you don't like it, you just come and do what you wanted. After that, she completed Azim Premji undergrad, and she completed postgrad in publishing. And when we are leaving them, they won't be just like that. They won't leave it. In a spiritual journey, understanding with that, with the more clarification, they'll do much more wonders as we allow them to do.
Right, right. Amazing, great thoughts, which is like very much required in nowadays world, because every now and then parents trust certain things on children, which is not right. We need to let the children do what they are good at, what they are interested in. They will do miracles. Am I right, Vanima?
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you. Chandraji, what's your opinion about it?
So when I read this book, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, that was a book for me, my book of enlightenment. When I read it in 2002, it was if you've not read it, Jason, I recommend you to really highly read this. It's a part one, it's a 3-part series, so book part one. That sort of opened up and gave answers to everything from relationships to why we're earning money to why we come here to relation with the parents or the communities, workplace, how you should be. Everything has been explained. There is a question and answer format, and then there is answer to everything. And relationships and then family also a great perspective is given. While since childhood, somewhere I always had this concept of allowing others to be what they need to be, what they want to be. But it becomes super clear in this book that families, the foundation is really friendship. You got to look at every individual as a being that they come here for their experience. Very perfectly explained as our pssm Patriji explains. We are here for our own experience. And so family is a place where you're here for an intense learning. So we choose a relationship for intense learning for our own betterment and growth. And in the process, of course, the other person has also chose you for an intense learning. So you are here for learning. And where the learning is there cannot be conditions. So this book sort of opens up a lot of doors and understanding how you approach a relationship, right? And it is for your learning. And and the family, especially when we're talking about family, they are there as more deeper relationships where you can, what you can't experience with others, you can. For example, enormous patience. When people take you for granted, then others may not take you for granted, but here you take the family member for granted, or you are taken for granted. So you have to have a sense of patience to be able to live through it, right? Some things that you don't develop, they can be very highly critical to you. Right. And third person may not be critical to you. They may say, hey, it's all good. But you know that best critics are the best ones for you to learn and grow. Critics have to be there. And we normally we're putting critics aside, but family, you can't put the critics aside. They are there with you. And as a result, so then you learn. So this understanding helped all of us to give that space to each other, right? Give the space to each other. So what I would like to do, my service work, my office work, what she's like to do, her own individual things, the same thing naturally extend to the children, right? And Khalil Gibran says the children are not your children. Right? They're chosen and they come through you. And so that is always ringing in our ears that they're not our children. So whenever they say something, They want to do certain things on their own way. We've got to respect it. So it is deeply ingrained, and meditation helps us. This whole spiritual knowledge helps us to understand the perspective. And then it becomes easy, the decisions they take, you're guided by these principles. Freedom, let people be what they want to be, right? Push and pull will be there. You'll push, you ask what you want, but then let the decision be. I always tell my children, hey, it's your final decisions. I'm only telling you based on what I know. But decision is yours, so don't feel pressurized. You can still take your decision. Just because dad is asking, you don't have to do. You can finally make your own call. But listen it out. What I'm trying to tell you, listen it out, and then at the end you make your own decision. It's fine, right? This is how we talk. This is how we exchange, and it's been a beautiful journey. Challenges will be there. It's not to say that we don't have challenge. If there's no challenge, I'm a believer that there is no learning there. Okay, what it means is that will there be a discussion? Will there be an argument? Will there be a opinion differences? Absolutely. Wherever there is a knowledge gap, there's always a difference of opinion. Right? And we always have knowledge gaps between people. If I'm practicing significantly for some time and I'm traveling a lot, I might have an extra understanding of a certain place and things another person may not have. So when the knowledge gap is there, opinion difference will be there. And that is the opportunity to reconcile and learn and respect, right? So that is how our thing has been. It's not to say that when what you see in the picture in the TV, everything rosy with Chandra and Vani are together nice. Everybody has their own share of stuff.
Absolutely.
What meditation is giving us is ability to recover faster, resilience. That means, yes, you might have an argument, discussion, but the resilience to come back up and then forget things and then come back together again, go forward. That is called being in the present moment. I think that's what happens with meditation, right? So things are happening beautifully for us.
Beautiful, great things to learn from your words, of course. So conflicts might be there, but we need to come to a point wherein we can reconcile and understand each other, respect each other. That's more important rather than the conflicts in the family. Am I right?
Absolutely. They'll have to be there. Otherwise, there's no learning. Then it'll become boring. So everything becomes boring, right? So the underlying thing for this whole meditation is a friendship, basically, right? Patriji always says this friendship. Relationships initially get enhanced, but then they get dissolved later. So they get dissolved into friendship. Friendship is accepting the other person as they are, right? And so that is the basis. That's how we approach it. And so if there's no opinion differences, then you're hardly any learning is there. And everything is okay. So then you
here I want to add one thing that it's in a spiritual journey. It's first of all, dominating won't be there. Even though other person are dominating, we think that we have to understand properly. And in a spiritual journey, with understanding, when we learn something, we apply in a right way. Maybe that moment they may not agree, but because of wisdom and connecting with the grandmasters, always understand internally what is happening outside. And even though that moment we may not accept it, we understand slowly and come to one point and we'll grow together. And because of spiritual journey, spiritual understanding, spiritual practicality, then the grow will be is amazing. That's what it's happening. Whatever it is, it's not that we don't have any conflicts, we don't have any opinion difference. Everything is, if you say yes, I'll say yes. No, we always have small to big. But one point, spiritual journey is always okay. Why he said, why she said that. Thinking will be, it's not that husband we have to do it because his wife you have to do. No, because why is something good we should follow together.
Right. So analyze the facts, then decide. Right. Amazing. Really great. Chandraji, in this age, there are lots of conflicts between parents, husband, wife, family, and whatnot, brother, sister. Like you just take a name of a relationship, there will be some conflict. But the thing is, people don't handle conflicts positively. Do you agree with me?
Absolutely. The reason for source of conflict is because there is I, individualness, ego-ness is there, right? Now I am superior and I am more, right? And then two is the expectation. There comes expectation, right? And so, and there is also this whole concept of various beliefs are there. Many of them ignorant of stuff. We're not aware of anything. So there is a belief system that is also is driving our I up more. The belief system says that, okay, a wife has to respect the husband, wife should never say anything against husband in the group of people or whatever, right? Or it could be that,
Right.
right? So even eating meat is a belief system, by the way, for many people. They don't want to give up because it's just a belief that they think it has to be done because that's the only thing that parents have told them, right? So belief systems are causing us that frame the relationships or the families in a certain way today, right? No crossing the line. Use the word, oh, don't cross the line. There's no such thing as crossing the line. Everybody is independently can do it. Now, people are learning by seeing than listening. People learn by seeing than listening. So we have to first be example of how we are carrying ourselves, right? But the conflicts are there is primarily because the I-ness, individuality, ego, self is pretty high. Expectations are pretty high. Expectations come from belief system of based on what I know, right? And then I is there as a personality, personification. Now, meditation dissolves both of them very beautifully. Meditation completely dissolves our I-ness. Every time we go into meditation, every time we experience this, something that bigger, the larger is there beyond the body, right? And that's what is happening. We forget ourselves, we forget our environment, the people, places, everything, because we make zero of the mind. Then we start experiencing this energy, the consciousness. So we feel something larger than the body. So every time we go in, then it makes you think, okay, what am I now looking after? Why am I trying to make myself special? So it drops our ego identity. As it drops, right? So then conflict slowly dissolves. At that moment, we might feel like I disagree, like that's what exactly Vani Madam is saying. Things will happen. At that moment, you may not like it. Now, in a situation where there's no meditation, the ego further flares up. How could she say that, he said that, and it goes from beyond them to their parents and this side, that side, communities. It becomes, a whole big drama story. Whereas a meditator, on the other hand, knows that you have to solve the problem by your own self. Just going to many people is only going to play it up with the negativity. Because where you place your attention, there you place your energy, it becomes bigger and bigger, right? So meditator knows that I must solve my problem myself. There's no point me going to my parents or to the larger community unnecessarily. Instead of having an argument, a conflict, let me reflect upon me, because the principle that everything we attract in our life is by our own self. Our thoughts and feelings create our reality. So I am attracting certain things that are happening into me. So we start reflecting internally. So when we start reflecting, so the ego is dissolving, and the next moment you are perhaps sitting in a couch with a coffee and say, hey, come, let's talk it out, right? That's how you resolve it, as opposed to making a big mess out of it by bringing everybody into it, because they don't have time. Nobody has time to sit down to level and then understand and give you a right solution. We two people involved have to find a solution to it.
Amazing, really amazing. So all you mean to say is ego and then certain belief system leads to such conflicts. And if we meditate, we'll discover we are just a small part in this universe. There's a bigger picture to see, and it helps us to realize who we really are, and the conflicts will be solved. Am I right?
1000% right.
Wonderful.
We are a blip in this larger universal thing. If you take a half of India, and if you plot ourselves, we become like a small toy car.
Absolutely.
In the universe, as in half of India, we are like a small toy car, right? Now we are so tiny in this entire universe. So, but then we are trying to just prove ourselves, I am so special. And things become so easy. So we drop ourselves, yes.
I completely agree with you. Very rightly said, perfect examples given by you to understand the bigger picture of the universe and ourselves, where we stand, who we are in deep inside. So meditation will help us to realize that. Chandraji, one more thing. Let's take a hypothetical example, but this might be a reality too. Let's say a husband and wife. So there's a conflict, and one person is understanding. He is somewhat spiritual or enlightened, we would say, and the other person is egoistic, the way you said, and he is unaware of spirituality. There's a conflict. So how this person A with spirituality make person B understand who is without spirituality, who is not enlightened? How do they solve the conflicts? How to bring them into meditation or into spirituality?
Yeah. We are in a situation for a good reason, right? So the person who is spiritual has a lot more capacity to understand the other one, right? So they need to exhibit their patience at that point, then to say this is not it, then I want to just walk away. Right? So a lot of times. So instead, so they need to exhibit a lot of their patience, and everyone first they have to recognize that their learning and growth is happening there in dealing with people who are maybe highly egocentric or no ignorant, right? Either way they are the same, right? And so first expressing enormous patience, and second, perseverance matters. We got to persevere whatever that we have to continue to pursue. That means we got to tell a second time and a third time and a fourth time and a fifth time, because we have a responsibility. Right. Our dharma is there with the people around us. We have our dharma to naturally share with them what we know. Not sharing what we know, not giving is our adharma. So dharma. So we need to continue to persevere with them. Perseverance should be there to continue to do it. And then we have to understand until the point where we don't get irritated. Right. We don't feel that snubbed. We don't feel that we are not respected. As long as we not reach a point while working with a person that you become so equanimous to their experience, until that time you have to continue to try, and then people definitely will change. And you are with the patience, you continue to explain, and then in the process you have to give up, because you're not able to say go out. Husband doesn't agree. Wife wants to go, but they doesn't agree, they're not coming, they're not able to go out. We got to have adequate patience, number one, right? We got to increase your energy so that you gain more strength to be able to express. Self-expression becomes so, but we got to continue to have patience to deal with it until the time you don't feel the fear or you don't feel bad about it. So that means you crossed over to the learning. So I always say, when there are conflicts, when there are challenges, don't go away from it until you become master of the experience, become equanimous to the experience. When you become equanimous to the experience, you master the experience, two things will happen. Either the person would have changed, or you would have changed the situation to somewhere else automatically. One of them will happen. It is for ourselves. So this is how I say. And the bottom line is patience and perseverance are required.
Nice. Very well said. So patience is the key, and we need to be consistent in order to make them understand what is right and what's wrong. Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful. So in a way, I would ask next question. It will be related to children. A similar question.
Here I want to add one thing.
Yeah, please, Vani.
What I want to tell you is, when we meditate, our patience level, our understanding level, our acceptance level, it will increase. With that other person, if it's not there also, there we have to use what we learned, that acceptance, understanding, with awareness. When we are handling slowly the person, why it's happening, she is handling in different way, whether he is handling different way. I'm not responding like that. Initially, they may not agree, they may not accept it, but over the period, our patience or our unconditional way of approaching and accepting other person, slowly the change will come. And until then, we have to have patience. Our spirituality should show that we are 100% handle this thing in a proper way. They will come and join with us. Together, this work will do. That is what in PSSM now, right. In everywhere, like Patri sir and Patri madam is doing. So they both are role model for all of us. Every person, there's a families together, they are doing this work. And the patience, that's what Patris are showing all the time for us, and we should understand, follow that, and every family we will definitely mold in such a way.
Amazing. The world is one family. Beautiful. So moving ahead, the next question goes to both of you, of course. So it's about children and parents. Let's say children are on a wrong way. Now that we believe that they should have their own freedom, but of course, there could be a possibility they might be on the wrong way, and we know that you being spiritually awake. So how do we deal with that kind of situation? So it's just that the children are on wrong way, and we know that, but out of something, they might have been to some wrong company or something happened, they are on the wrong path. And now that we believe that they should have their own freedom, but not that way, of course, they shouldn't, do, which is illegal. How do we deal with that? That's my question.
Yes. So here is the deal. So Scott Peck, in his book, The Road Less Traveled, it was really intriguing to me when I read this. You do not have a right to question somebody unless you think it's going to help them grow spiritually. Unless you think it's going to help them grow spiritually, you don't have a right to question somebody. So it means it's very, very powerful statement, right? If you recognize that it's going to help them grow spiritually, then involve. You have the dharma, go and then talk about it, question them. Questioning is, your the 4 levels of, right? Sama, Dana, Veda. So there are 4 levels. You tell nicely, and then with a gift, and afterwards you be indifferent, and then shout and yell at them, all that. There are different levels of approaching it there. But recognize and then say when you want to involve, not involve, because you got to look at it and say everything is an experience. Right? There is an experience that the people are going through. And we have to question when we feel it is going to help them in their spiritual growth. So what I mean, let me take an example. If my children, if they're spending X amount of money, right? First place, if I'll decide whether I have the money to give them or not. That is my decision, first of all. If I have the money, I'll give them. I don't have money, it's not good. But once the money is given, now they're spending on things that I may not have done. For me, it may not be right. But for them, it is what they want to try, right?
Correct.
So, for example, I don't want to say spend more than 3,000 rupees a night in a hotel. My daughter may feel like, okay, she would like to spend 8,000 rupees in a hotel night because she feels luxury is important for her. Now, that's how it is, right? So, right and wrong is relative here. Now, when she's doing it, now, will I want to stop her? It is up to me to say whether how much I can contribute and support her. Beyond that, if I'm able to capable, I'll say, I'll let her do it. I'll let her do it and then go through an experience rather than me telling and say, don't do it. Because if I tell her don't do it, then she's going to find ways of doing it. Because the urge to do it is always there. Okay. So I will give her an explanation. Here, value for money. You remember. So that's how we're approaching, is that anytime there is any things that you're doing which are different from my understanding. Right and wrong is based on what you know, right? There's no absolute terms. And then so we give discussion about why I think it may be better for her to take a different choice. By the end of the day, they take the choice, right? So we're letting them do it. When it comes, whatever that may be, we're letting them do it. Physical danger is only time I truly believe that parents need to avoid and ensure that children do not get into physical danger, because we have to physical comfort until the time they're dependent on us, which is that minor age or whatever. Right? That means, example, they don't know how to cross a road, so they can get into it, the trouble. So we got to hold their hand and then make sure they cross the road. Physical danger, right?
Right.
If they're getting trouble into physical danger, we sort of gently nudge them and then maybe apply a little bit of force to stop them. Otherwise, most of the situation, 99% will not be physical danger situations. Then we have to explain. And that's my approach is to explain them and then let them experience it. If it is spiritual in nature, it's going to help them deeply, spiritual. Then I question them a lot more deeply. Question, but not still stop them. Right? The level of questioning is deeper if it is for a spiritual progress. For example, if they have time and there's a nice meditation classes going on, if they have an opportunity to attend, I nudge them, I ask them, I question them, second time or third time, and I'm a perceiver. I can continue to perceive them, ask them, and not leave them and say, oh, they're not listening, so they'll take it whenever they want it. I won't leave them. I will continue to ask until I feel that no, they take it or not is a different thing. Decision is them, but I won't leave it one time and ask. Because where I know that spiritually they can help in progress, right? Materially, I'll tell 1 or 2 times and afterwards let them experience it and go through it and then come out of it. It becomes easy, right? I'm a believer that people learn by seeing what others, people are around them. People learn from people by seeing what they're doing, not by listening to what they're doing. So that's why we need to exhibit what we're saying. So I think that's how I approach it.
Very well said. Very well said. You said the right approach to the right situation is the key. Am I right?
Right approach, right situation, but allowing them to go through their freedom. If it is a spiritual progress for them, question them. Otherwise, let them experience it, right? Let them experience it. So wrong and right are relative, isn't it? So what we think is wrong is for them is right. That's why they're doing it.
Correct. Very, very well said. And where there is physical danger, we have to be mindful at that point of time. Am I right?
Yes. In physical danger, where their mind is meaning they're dependent on you, then we must definitely, even if it requires force, we have to stop. A small child is about to jump off the sofa. He does not know the physical danger because of artificial environment setup.
Correct.
Artificial environment setup, they don't know yet. A road is an artificial environment. They have to cross over. They don't know vehicles can come fast. So we got to hold them. That is physically stop them. But nowhere else a physical force has to be used. Everywhere else, it's more of education, it's about sharing. And then beyond that, they'll do it. They got to do it, what to do. They'll go through an experience.
Definitely, the best approach is to educate them, train them, make them understand. And it is very unlikely that this kind of approach will fail. I'm sure about that. But there might be some, situations wherein it might not work due to some other reason. But we should not stop ourselves giving the right approach to the children in a spiritual way. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Vani ma'am, do you agree with this?
Failure. What is failure, right? So if I tell the person there, for example, they're going for drinking, because I don't like, I tell them. Now, what is failure? Now, they may not immediately listen to you. They might do it that time, a second time. But the fact that you are talking about it actively, and the fact that you exhibit that, they will also recognize the importance of it, right? They will do it. If they have meditation in their life, they will know what is not right and what is right for them. So there is, the failure is more of what is your tolerance level to different things that they're doing against what you know. That's all it is. So our tolerance level may be less. So, for example, Thomas Alva Edison tried 1,000 times to get the bulb right.
Correct.
Now, people would have said, why are you wasting your time? You just, kept on putting money. So they say they're a failure, right? If you had looked at 800th time, you say you're a failure because you've not achieved it. But then he believed every time that he's still doing something better. So there's always a learning. And, but I say, even though we feel they're going on the wrong path, we continue to educate them, knowing fully that they may not take that choice then, but they will absolutely get there. If not then, a fifth time, 5 times later. But in the process, they're learning. And so they will come back to around us, right? That's it.
Very well said. They need to learn themselves, of course, but wherever there's a requirement to educate them, we should always not step back. We should always come forward and educate them, make them understand what is right and what's wrong. Definitely well said. Vani ma'am, what's your opinion about it?
Yes, here I'll totally agree what he said. Absolutely true. And especially he always encouraged them, whatever they're doing, he never say no. But as my thing, somehow as a mother, I should tell them, then otherwise they'll, like that I used to think. And immediately I used to say no for anything. No, don't scare, don't unnecessarily, you will fall down. As something or other, whatever, as a mother, I'm protecting them. But as we have an understanding and when talking together and all those things, he always tell me that for anything is a bigger cause, you tell. Otherwise, just leave it. If you more times, if you say no, and a real situation, when you say no, also they won't listen. That word really connected to me. As a person, I always take the very positive and good things from myself. And that word is really connected to me. And after that, small things I always tell and leave it. And anything big thing, I think this is Alekia, you have to think about it. Sanat, you have to understand. Still now, we never say no for this, you understand. Then automatically they also start thinking and understanding without saying, I want to do it. Instead of that, they used to come and sit with me, talk with me. And with the understanding, they always taking the step. That way it happened because of spiritual understanding. They always, the way, it's not like a spiritual talk or anything separate, and understanding their feelings, and with whom they are having friendship, they are asking something. But what is our view? Because that's why we are saying no. With the explanation, they used to, such a nice discussion used to happen, and with that, always sometimes I used to say yes for them. Sometimes they agree what I am asking also. It happened with the mutual understanding. With that, always it's going great actually. And with that, whatever when I said also, they never think that Amma always say no. No, they will understand me and why you are saying no. I want to know the reason. They used to sit with me and talk with me, and they make me comfortable. Chandra sir always encourage you do whatever it is. But I won't immediately say yes. But at the same time, because of understanding, I never say no also. Make me understand first what it is. Based on my thing, if I'm comfortable, we'll get to one understanding. With that, always they have a good understanding, and our spiritual journey always give us the best way to handle the situation. It's not that we are parents, now we have to stop them. Later on, when they'll grow, they'll say, I don't want to listen, I'll go on my own way. With understanding, always this growing will be together, it will happen. It's not dominating kind of thing. If I'm paying money, I have to look after you because that you have to listen to me. At the same time, later on, no, now I am earning, I can take my own call. That is what we both learned from our parents actually. Still now his father is like that. And my father is like that. And they always encouraging us to do whatever we are doing. And that is what really we want to follow. That is what Patriji is encouraging us in a spiritual journey. Both way that understanding we are what we learned and what we are practicing, what our children are now they are understanding that.
Amazing. Beautiful. Beautifully said, of course. And I really appreciate the way you explained it. And giving the example of Patriji, of course, it makes us feel proud and amazing. So moving ahead, we discussed some certain conflicts in the family, children, husband, wife, and very well explained by both of you. What is the importance of vegetarianism in a spiritual family? The question is probably to Vani ma'am, of course, you being the lady, and of course, Chandraji also can, give your insights about it.
Yes, actually, we are a non-vegetarian. We used to eat. When Gopal Krishna introduced meditation, and I am a Shirdi Sai Baba devotee actually. When I'm doing puja, I enjoyed a lot actually. And that time, that 1 week, I stopped non-veg and I used to do parayana. And that time, GK always explained to me this 40 days meditation, you just do it. After that, when I'm used to do parayana, I used to think that I'll meet Sai Baba in my dreams or some my experience, but I never. But Gopal Krishna told this 1 week what you are doing, the 40 days without non-veg, you meditate. And definitely when you are doing something, you will see the difference. When that 40 days meditation, my 22 years or 23 years past, whatever the parayana, I never met Sai Baba. In my first 40 days meditation experience, I used to get messages and so many insights with the Sai Baba and within myself. So many things I got to know and understanding all those things. I felt this is something which I have to take it. After that, I'm like, I used to fond of non-veg so much. After that, completely, I left my non-veg. And my second child born that time, we don't have any non-veg and at home also. I can see so much difference, whatever the in the house and with the children also. And they both very harmonious and very, always they want to help others. And the vegetarian food always make us that emotional things also balance ourselves. And in the home also, the sattvic food, what Patriji always said, sattvic food is our emotions will be balanced. All those experiences with I'm having, because that anybody comes my home, I want to make sure that best sattvic food, no masalas also, I want to introduce at home actually. I want to give only sattvic food. And I can see so much difference in the house as well as friends with who are eating in our house. I can see that contact, and later on, they once they'll go to their home also, they'll remember us. Today we had food in your house. It's really so connecting. That's what Patriji said. One vegetarian and one master cooking and serving the food. The connection and that transformation will be more. That is what we had with Patriji. That's what we are giving. I saw so many people difference when they're coming home. New people, non-veg people, they're coming to our house also. After that, the connection through spirituality, completely they left non-veg and all those major transformations it happened. I truly believe it and I'm following that.
Amazing. So it's very important to have the right food in order to grow spiritually. That's the very much, a very important point to have a spiritual family. Food plays an important role because it is said that what we eat, we become like that. Chandraji, what's your opinion about it?
Well, I think everything she said, particularly in the context of families, where the relationships, our emotions, our state of being always is rubbing onto the other side, right? So we always, state of being is either fear-based, hatred, dominance, right? Or sadness kind of feelings, or we have more happy, joyous feeling. What are we carrying every moment? because there is this vibration energy field around us, which is that energy is always impacting the people around us. So family where we're spending so much time, and non-veg food definitely is bringing us into the low vibrations by default. Where the animals die, suffer, I mean, they mourn, they have so much of pain they go through at the time of dying, and then we take in all of that emotion into us, right? There's so much poison, there's so much emotional stuff that goes into the meat we consume. So we'll become that. And so that's what goes out into this. So in the context of family, people in the family, in your house, will also get the same vibration, right? So we've noticed it, they're very subtle. Those who more meditate, you observe this subtleness, right? So, for example, ego we spoke about, which is breaks relationships. Now that ego flares up more because those who are eating more with non-veg food, then it flares up more and more among people because it increases that aggression more, right? So there's no doubt vegetarian food is absolutely helping towards this cause of building and harmonious relationship, friendships among people.
Beautifully said. So eating right food, eating vegetarian food, eating sattvic food will keep us cool and calm, and things will be easier. Life will be easy. Family will be in a happier position, in a harmony, in a way. Am I right?
And I want to add pyramid energy. Even they have done research. Food that is stored under the pyramids, like
Right.
pepper, anything, and then you take them and then use that and then use that food, right? And you cook and then use. So in jails they have applied this, and in Russian jails, 5,000 people, they fed the salt and pepper energized under pyramid. And so they suddenly started behaving with each other. No meditation there, just the food, right? They start behaving with each other very nicely. They start building better relationship. So pyramid energy is food. So one must use pyramid energy very happily, and then ubiquitously it's available. Use it. Apart from sattvic food, use the pyramid energy, infuse it so that your relationships are getting better. That energy is always playing. It's that positive vibe, because we have this energy field. We are a field of energy that we contribute around with 60 feet up to 15 feet around us. The energy field is there, and anybody who's coming in contact with it, they're all feeling it, right? So what do you emit every day? What is the state of being? That peaceful, calmness, joy, happy, right? Compassion, I don't know, aggression, sadness, what is it you're carrying? We got to constantly check, and meditation, of course, into that.
So about the pyramid energy, what he said, absolutely true. With my children, when I'm not giving medication, and especially my second child, when he was small, he used to, fever comes, it's very like aggressive way it used to be for him. And because of that, I used to be so panic, and I used to meditate with him. And the moment I understand that mother is the more responsible and emotional way, whatever it's happened and all those things, we have to be sit with next to him and meditate and give natural medication and the pyramid energy. These three I applied, especially my second child when he was small. And because of him, long meditation for me, and more patience with him to understand and handling without medication my children. And I'm so proud that with pyramid energy and all those things applying, it's a great energies. And every parents, when the children, when they're small, if they're sick, we think that taking to doctor and give medicine and immediately they'll be fine. But see, any child, if they're sick, any person is sick, they need moral support from family. I'm there for you. We think that either husband or children, if they're sick, we think that somebody will arrange it, will give food timely. It's over. It's giving tablets. No. Meditation teaches that understanding that give the person, I'm there for you. That thing when you are doing for child or husband or wife, anybody is in the family, if they're low, they're having a sickness, if you do this, you will see that any health problem will completely, they'll come out of that. I always apply for my children when they're sick. I will be completely 3 days with them and meditation, pyramid energy, and give the best food and watching movie and talking with them. Instead of 5 days, it will come to 3 days, and they'll be comfortable, confidently, they'll handle the thing. Today, my both children, they won't take medication, and they'll be immediately, they'll start meditation only if they're low. And that is what experience when we are giving to the children and applying for ourselves. That is the ultimate mantra.
Beautiful. So very well said. You raised a very important point that having the right kind of food, that's vegetarian food, sattvic food, will keep diseases away, will keep us healthy, happy, and cool, of course, calm too. Am I right?
Yes, and the attention from the family always.
Absolutely.
That's 2 days when we are giving for the child or family. That's very important.
That's what is required in a family. We need attention, care, love, affection, understanding, and spirituality, of course.
That moment, whatever you tell, it will connect actually. Right time, right words, it will connect and they'll apply.
So less conflicts will take place, definitely. You're right. And it's very important point here that Chandraji raised here, and you also, Vani Ma'amji, we should always try to store our food under pyramids because it will be energized better.
Yes.
Very well said. So in your opinion, I mean, the question is for both of you, of course, what should be an ideal spiritual family be like? That too, I mean, new age family, I would say.
So New Age family to me is guided by the concept of friendship among them. Friendship is a center stage, that they're all friends to each other, not that relation, which is what that we're culturally conditioned to be, right? A friendship means that you accept the other person as he or she is and still love them.
Correct.
So one definition that I learned from a childhood, and that I think continues to hold great even now. All right. So that's so there comes just the way the friend, you whine and gripe, you do complaining or you do, but you allow the friend to do what they want to do, right? You're allowing that. And so that's what it is to give the freedom. So New Age family, I think the center stage is friendship, and then works with freedom as a core value. Work with freedom as a core value,
right.
And freedom to be there, giving that space, and then letting individuals experience what they want to experience, while recognizing that when we are with people, with places and things, we multiply our experience more. That's why our experience, whatever the experience, we multiply it more when we come together. Otherwise, we have our own space to exist and then pursue our pursuit. So this is how I feel a New Age family is more of a freedom-based and a friendship-based values is what it is striving on.
Very well. Very nice. Beautifully, you said friendship, freedom, acceptance, and also in a way, a group consciousness. When the family is together, they are together. So everybody will be conscious. Everyone will be attentive, and they will be on the right path. Very well said. Great explanation. And Vani ma'am, what's your opinion about it?
Yes. What really I wish to share here is that meditation always is not that everybody is having same understanding. That means it's not that one person is higher knowledge and low knowledge. There is nothing like that. Everybody is having knowledge their own way. When we have a spirituality, we'll understand other person. That his opinion is different, her opinion is different, and Alekia's opinion is Sanat's opinion. When we meditate, merging together and understand together, giving chance to each other and allow to others to understand that what really we wish to understand other person. And at the same time, nowadays it's a families, it's like when the moment they are together, they are individual. Immediately cell phone, they see every families nowadays it's like a cell phones, laptops, or iPads, or TV. This is a continuous process, it's happening.
Correct.
But it's a pandemic making everybody's together to understand not much TVs, not much cell phones, and cooking together because no mates and nothing. Because of the pandemic time, everybody has to work in the house. It's not that you are not doing, I am doing. Understand together. Olden families, why the person when they talk, they're doing with a great understanding, it used to happen. That is what we all learned. And when we are living, eating together, you have to mindful eating. Watching movie, mindful, and meditation together, mindful, and talking with the discussion with the family, mindfulness. All those things when we are doing, okay, everything is going great. That is what everybody should understand. Even though I meditate, when my child comes, I have to sit next to him, go to his level, understand him. What is your interest? What do you want it? Can we do together? And after doing together, can we meditate together? Then automatically they'll come to join with us. And whatever I'm interested, which I'll explain, keep on, they may not be understand. Because their understanding is that moment, watching movie, meditation is okay. It's not that I want to achieve in a company or anything. And because of that, we have to go to their level and understanding. That is the greatest achievement for the new age family. And I feel, and I'm successful in my family, that with my children and husband, and always anything happen, I'll make them to sit. And this is what my opinion. Guys, we have to understand together. We'll meditate first. After that, we'll discussion. And with the discussion, always in a better understanding and better move further. When we family understand together, neighbors will encourage and they will take from something good message from us. And that is what, when we are practicing, we'll go to wherever that harmonious vibes, it will connect to us, and we will be motivate them, they will motivate us. This understanding, sir, in the family is very important. When we are together, meditate and understand. It's not that every moment I'm doing something because that I'll be busy. No. Patri sir always tell, I'm 24/7 available for anybody. And I learned from my guru, that is what it is. I am also available like that. I am never busy in my life. I want to be reached to everyone who are teaching whatever I learned from. I want to share with everyone.
Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. So what you said is respecting opinions, letting them express, understanding togetherness and mindfulness in the family, and of course, meditate together. And very wonderful. Amazing.
On the family, I think I can put it another way, what we are doing at home as a family, right? I think a new age family. Because if you look myself 20 years ago, how the family was and now, right? I think a new age family, apart from those values through which it drives, the freedom and all that, one man said mindfulness is there. A new age family is absolutely meditating together. A new age family, every member is learning cooking, and then every member is taking a shot at it. They're all, because you are good at everything, and so you are also contributing the energy of the home. So they are taking time in cooking, they're learning. New age family, where you will see them, they're all are reading independently books and they're doing self-study, self-sadhana. They're doing it, right? Everybody. It's not one person who is interested in reading only. A new age family, because we see this, we do it. I'm very commonly, we see the sight of my daughter locked herself in room, and then morning I'm doing her own reading. I'm doing my own thing, right? So we are doing, new age family is doing that. And it's definitely a new age family is happy to respect others. So having a lot of indoor plants, we do it. We spend time with plants. We nurture the plants. We are doing stuff which was not there before, but we have developed it, right? Because you use the word family, individually I can do it. Everybody has to support it. Otherwise, it's not possible, isn't it? And new age family, what I'm seeing here is tolerant to, sometimes rooms are not clean, but they're tolerant to each other, because, a lot of OCD kind of persons,
right,
the other person quite a bit. Hey, why are you not keeping a bed sheet clean, bedroom clean, this clean, that clean? And newest family, I think, is more tolerant. They're recognizing these are minor things and it's okay. Imperfections can exist, not a problem. So some of these that we are doing, I think I just want to bring it out as what newest family is doing.
Right, very nice. Greatly put, and really appreciate the words. It's very important because small things make a big difference at home. And at times it's likely, like even in my family also, I have such kind of OCDs wherein I need to learn from you, of course. So thank you so much for these kind words. And what's your message?
I feel is two sides, right? In a family, there's one side is always look to not hold somebody back. I think is a responsibility as in a family, in a newest family. Don't hold somebody back. Recognizing that they are going through an experience. So however wrong or right it may appear to be, don't hold them back as one side. The other side, those who feel they're being held back, always look that there is tomorrow, there is a hope. Live with the hope, because in spirituality, in meditation, with all that patience, understanding that you are the creator. If not today, it's going to happen tomorrow. So live as if there's tomorrow, and then live with that hope on one side. If you feel you're being held back, and on the other side, you're playing the role, I say you do your best to not hold other person back. The beginning, say no, Don't try to impose whatever. Right? Do your best. Continue to explain, but then don't hold back. I feel this is my message for a family to be really successful, and most in the new age. I feel these two are can be followed by everyone.
Amazing, amazing, really amazing. The words you said, live with the hope. And we can say hope is life, life is hope. Very well said. And secondly, you said that we should not hold back people. We should try to improve ourselves and do better and give them the practical example. That was beautiful message, of course. Very great, amazing words. Vani ma'am, what's your message to our viewers?
There is no message for me. It's like what really I'm applying, I want to share here.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Yes, what really I wish to tell is here, it's always whatever we are doing and with happy and understanding and acceptancy, and things will come for us. That's what I believe. And as a person, when I childhood itself, my sister, she's always want to do something, and she's running a Chandrasekhara Mahaswami Pyramid Dhyan Kendra, and very successfully. And my younger one also working, but I never worked because that is not my interest at all, first of all. And when Patriji gave the spiritual service in SMS, Souls Management in Pyramid Valley,
right.
I don't know how I'll work. I don't know anything, I thought. But the moment he gave and the moment I started work, I enjoyed a lot for that work, working with a team of people, and I enjoyed a lot. And that moment, after that Soul Trends, as a director, I worked. And after that, Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, I'm the co-founder. I never expected anything. Here, it's not a designation I'm getting. And when we do something, what really comes in that moment, we deserve it. We have a capability. We will work with that. And always miracles will happen in our life. When you believe spirituality and apply and practicality, give the best, you will get the best. That is what is happening in our life. And keep doing, and what is really good for you, it will come in front of you, and you will achieve it every moment. That's what I'm having. That is what I'm practicing.
Beautiful, very well said, and given the right example, practical example of your life. So in short, we can say, come to spirituality and all your problems will be solved. That's the, key word.
Like today, where I am there, I'm very confidently, I'm happy, I'm joyful, and I'm enjoying. Only I surrendered to my guru, Brahmarshi Patriji, whatever he told, I applied. And Swarnamala Patri Madam, they both are role model to us, to the PSSM movement. And whatever they are showing continuously, that is what journey is happening today. Whatever Madam is doing, before we never know anything, but she is a grand supporter of Patriji. And so many things happened because of her support. And today, everything she is, Swarnamrutam, 100 episode, Dhyanamrutam, all those things are happening. How successfully? Because one lady can do miracles, but they may not be visible every time. But when time comes, they'll be stand and they'll do the best. That is what Madam doing. That's what Patriji recognized and now showing whatever is happening in front of us. And really thankful to both Madam.
I'm thankful to Patriji, because we got the opportunity to talk to you, such a lovely people, such a lovely family in front of me. So though it is digitally, I really wish we could meet sometimes face to face and have a better discussion, of course. So this was very fruitful discussion, of course, great things I learned, which I'm going to apply in my life. And of course, our viewers have learned a lot from your practical examples, the way you live, the way you take care of your family, take care of your children. Really amazing, great learning. And first of all, I would like to thank you, both of you, for waiting me, because I was stuck in the traffic. And I really appreciate, you gave me such a long time for the discussion. Thank you so much. And at the same time, I'm very thankful to both of you for joining us, sharing your thoughts. And thank you for joining our program. Chandra ji and Vani ma'am, thank you so much one more time.
I'll tell you a small thing here. And you said it's late for you and it will be delayed for us. But I want to tell you one thing. I thought before attending this interview, I have to meditate and attend. Because anything comes from my mouth, it's not my words. What I'm practicing is really helping and support. What Patriji are always sharing, your knowledge is really support. So it will help somebody. and always learning for us when we are talking also. And I meditated, what is the right, it will come for us. That's what it happened. Thank you for you first.
Amazing, amazing, really amazing. This is real, real example of spirituality, real way how we should behave, how we should talk and take things and accept things the way they happen, the way they are. Really amazing, amazing.
So it's not because of you. It's not because of you got delayed. It's because of her we got delayed. She is the one who said, I have to meditate. She needs more time. So she planted this whole thing. All right. We all got extra.
Very well, very nicely put. Amazing. Maybe that was the reason behind. So maybe it was meant to be. It was to happen that you guys had to meditate before we start this session. So amazing, really amazing. You can take it that way. This is the positive way of thinking. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining our show. And to our viewers, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. We'll be back with one more conversation next time. Till then, take care and do meditate. And we love you. Keep watching PMC English.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.